On the PS3, Black Ops 2 just got the most significant patch so far, and it's coming to the Xbox on Saturday. This patch has impacted a lot of changes on how the game plays, and then there's also a bunch of bug fixes. So a ton of stuff has changed in this game. The description of this video will have a list of the changes in there if you prefer it in text form, or you can watch the video and see how, my opinions on the patches. So let's start. Score streaks. The UAV cost has increased from 350 to 425, which is about an extra kill. I loved running the UAV. I ran the UAV in just about every game I've ever played in Black Ops 2. It's a team kill streak. It's a good thing. It helps you win the games. I liked it. I get that lots of people ran the UAV, and it seemed like it was up almost constantly. I don't know what to make of this. It hurts me personally, but it might be right for the game. I don't know. Lightning Strike added 700 millisecond delay. That's bullshit. I hate that. I hate that freaking lightning strikes or air strikes or that drop on the Harrier in all of COD history has always been freaking worthless. This is the first game in which if you're losing B and you drop an airstrike on it, you can actually save B. And now that's gone. Now that's bullshit. It's just gone. Because you're losing B, you drop an airstrike. By the time the thing lands, you'll have lost the flag. And that... I can't tell you. I hate it. I hate it. This is a stupid decision that they've made. And they're stupid people that won't go to heaven. I don't know. But that's the deal. They've taken lightning strikes and they've made it no longer an objective-based kill streak. Now it is just a freaking ego-pumping kills that don't help you win game bullshit kill streak. That's the lightning strike. It is what it is. They made it worthless by adding nearly a second delay to it. Next, Bouncing Betty. They've increased the grace period between the trigger and the activation by 1/5 of a second. I suppose that's a good thing. It seemed like Bouncing Betties would just sort of insta-kill, whereas in previous CODs you could lay down and go prone and save yourself. Sensor Grenade. I never used these things. It's kind of like almost like a UAV grenade that you drop, and they increase the range. It's 1,000 units, whatever the hell that is, and the frequency is now 800 milliseconds between pings. And the amount of time that players appear is 6 milliseconds. Whatever. Sensor Grenades got a slight buff. Maybe they'll be more useful now. I hardly ran them, and I hardly see them. Concussion Grenades, or Stun Grenades, they've decreased the movement penalty and turn speed penalty when hit. That's a good thing, right? Because it seemed like if you got hit by a stun, you were just like insta-dead forever. It lasted way too long. And if you can survive a stun, then go play the lottery, because that thing was guaranteed death. They would just take your character, lock him there, and freeze him until someone came along and killed you. So it's a good thing. The stun grenades are not going to be so OP anymore. Speaking of OP, SMGs. A lot of changes to the SMGs. So check this out. All SMGs have had these 3 changes. Every one of them. Increased hipfire recoil. Increased max hipfire spread. So, if you just shoot without aiming, it went from, I guess, 475 to 5 to give you some idea of how much it spread. But if you're not aiming down sights with an SMG, the bullet spread is going to go a little wider, so it'll take more bullets to get the ones you need on target to get your kill. And then every one of them has reduced bullet penetration, which was the only change that was rumored, by the way. I thought the SMGs were going to have a very slight nerf, and that shooting through walls was slightly less effective, but no. Every one of them has more hipfire recoil, every one of them has more max spread on the hipfire, and every one of them has reduced bullet penetration. And then there's more. My 2 favorite SMGs, the MSMC and the PDW57, have both had increased recoil. So, not only is the hipfire recoil and the hip spread and the bullet penetration worse on every SMG, my 2 favorites have more recoil. I didn't feel like the SMGs were totally OP. I felt like the maps were designed for SMGs. It seems like there's hardly any long lines of sight. You bump into people in the same room or within SMG distance all the time, and therefore using anything else is pretty tough. Now, as I learn the maps more, I find ways to use other guns on them, but the SMGs were well suited to these maps, therefore the SMGs were kind of dominant in the play, and they've made SMGs worse. I'll play it, and I'll reserve opinion. But so far, it's almost as if this patch has been designed to screw my favorite things about this game. But there's more. Assault rifles. So the SMGs got nerfed. the assault rifles got buffed. And here's the deal. Every single assault rifle has reduced idle sway. If you don't know what idle sway is, it's when you look down sights and don't do anything else. The sight kind of like moves around and you know, it sways. Well, that's the idle sway. And every single assault rifle is going to stay more like directly on target. Like if you see a guy head glitching and then he ducks and you put it right where you expect his head to be, it's going to stay right on that pixel and allow you to use the assault rifles better at long range because there's less idle sway. There's more. The XM8 has 2 changes. They reduced the lethal range of 3 hit kills from 250 to 50 inches. So you pretty much have to be right on top of a guy to get a 3-hit kill with the XM8. And the XM8, no, okay, listen, the next 3 are the same. The XM8 with select fire, the FAL with select fire, and the 5.56 with select fire all have increased recoil. So, if you shoot those bursts, you're less likely to get every one of those bullets on target. You're more likely to need 2 and 3 bursts to kill a guy with the XM8, the FAL, and the SWAT 5.56 when you have select fire on them. That's the deal. And then the MTAR, they made the auto-aim values consistent with the other assault rifles. That one I'm stuck on. I don't know if the MTAR had better auto-aim or worse, but now it's going to line up with the other assault rifles. I always liked the MTAR, so maybe that was why. Maybe it had better auto-aim. So, I should do a video to explain what auto-aim is. Not everybody knows. But, keep going. Sniper rifles. So listen, every single sniper rifle had these 2 changes made to it. They all have increased hipfire spread, so you're less likely to get those no-scopes. And they all had increased hipfire spread when you add the laser scope. So that's a change. You're going to have to actually get your sight on target when you use a sniper rifle more often than you did before. That's the deal. Next, the MTAR. Oh, wait, sorry, I said that one already. The XPR-50 has increased the recoil slightly. So, that is what it is. It'll be tougher to get those follow-up hits with the XPR-50 than it used to be. Here's one that impacts me a ton. Shotguns. The 870 is going to have less one-hit kill range by 45 inches, which is about like 1.33 meters. So, the 870 is going to have less long-range shots than it used to have, fewer one-hit kills. You're going to have to, shoot the guy, take cover while it pumps, and then, shoot the guy again more often than you used to. Oh, man. I really like I had fun using it, and they're nerfing the fun out of so many things I liked about this game. Pistols. The B23R and the Cat 40 have reduced their headshot multiplier from 1.4 to 1. If you don't know how this works, in short, every character has 100 health. The bullets tend to do between like 20 and 50 damage, and when you shoot them in the head, there's a multiplier. So they tend to do, well, shucks, I don't even know what that is, but between like 30 and 70 damage when you shoot them in the head, something like that. Anyway, you no longer get a bonus for shooting guys in the head with those 2 pistols. So you're going to more often take extra bullets to kill a guy with pistols, which I guess is good. I don't know. In previous CODs, you were at a huge disadvantage when you used a pistol. That was the deal. The only upside of that pistol was how quickly it worked. It could aim really fast, and you could swap weapons really quick with it. But if you're trying to go up against any other weapon, the pistol was kind of at a disadvantage. In this game, it doesn't feel like that's the case. It feels like pistols are viable choices, and I see a lot of guys running around pistol only. Maybe pistols are going to go back to their position of less valuable than they used to be. So those are the big game-changing things for... those are the weapons and the lethals and the non-lethals that have been impacted by this patch. Like I said, the Xbox will get it Saturday, and for the PS3 guys, I don't know. I haven't seen an announced release date on it. But PS3 is typically easier to release patches for, so I wouldn't expect it to take very long to get over to you guys. There are some other things that have been addressed by this, and like I said, description will have all of it, but I'm going to cover some of the highlights. Players with the Black Hat PDA can no longer hack a care package faster than the owner can capture it. That's a really cool thing. They addressed an exploit where modified console hackers could maliciously spread infected film to other users. So now theater mode should be back on, and the 10th Prestige glitchers won't be able to do their thing anymore. So that's a good thing. I added a failsafe to prevent spawn trapping in CTF, so I guess you'll be able to flip the spawns more in CTF than you used to be able to do. That's kind of a cool thing. Multi-team games are no longer a tie if one of the team quits. So what's going to happen is, it used to be that in multi-team, if a team quit out, then it would just be a draw, and that would suck. Now the remaining teams will be able to play and go for that win, which is kind of a cool thing. I wonder what happens. I guess that, yeah, the other two teams will get losses, of course. That's what will happen. And the last big thing I'll mention is that players using Ghost and a suppressor while moving no longer show up on the UAV. So that's a pretty significant prog they had there. If you've got a Ghost and a suppressor and you're moving, you're not supposed to be on the enemy's UAV, and they were. So there's a bunch more stuff. Check the description of this video and you'll catch it. But this was a huge patch. I feel like I have to relearn which guns I like now. My PDW, my MSMC have had big changes. My TAR has had a change. Lightning Strike has been screwed up, and stun grenades are less powerful than they used to be. This is a significant thing for those of you that are into Call of Duty, and we'll have to see how we like the new version of the game. So check that out, and don't miss the description, which explains the same stuff. So, as usual, if you like the video, give it a like. If you're new, click subscribe in the top right and see more stuff from me. On the left, Search and Destroy commentary on Black Ops 2. And on the right, I'm going to talk about PKA for just a second. We did something different. We got Big Wax. Big Wax is a rap artist from Wax and Herbal Tea. They make amazing stuff. I like it, actually, and I don't like a lot of rap. But what's really cool is we did something different. It's not just the show with people from the COD community again and again and again. I love that Wings reached out, got a guest who wasn't either the same guy or a variation of the same guy that we often have. So we've got a lot of big names that we're reaching out to and trying to just bring something a little different instead of just repeats of the show all the time. And last night was a really good one. PKA is on kind of a roll. Last 2 weeks I thought were really strong. The Road to Black Ops 2 stuff that led up to the game I thought was really strong. I felt like PKA. Not every show is going to be the best one we've ever made, but lately we've had some real winners, and I'm proud of the work that we're doing. So check that out and have a good day.